Hey, April, come on in. Hey, guys. Sorry I'm a little late. I got caught up watching the debate. It wasn't much of a debate, but lots of name calling. So I thought I'd come over here instead. Hey, Jeff. Think you're still back east. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Michael texted me earlier. He's going to go fishing tomorrow out of Long Beach. Here's April. April. Here. Hello, Bobby. So the trips you have booked on, Jeff, are those on your boat or are you going on some other boats? So I guess I'll tell you guys about our trip. We were up in Emeryville over the weekend. Saturday, we couldn't go out to the Fairlawns because they were forecasted 10 to 12 foot waves, 25 to 35 knot winds. Well, 30 knot winds with gusts to 35 knots. So we didn't go outside. We stayed in the bay, caught stripers, halibut. This year we didn't get any tiger shark, not tiger sharks, leopard sharks. Um, and we didn't get a white sea bass. Last year we had several white sea bass and about 4 or 5 over the 2 days, big leopard sharks. Hey, Jason. So, so that was how the fishing went. Um, so then on Sunday we went out on the Sea Wolf. Saturday we were on the New Huck Fin, and I really like fishing with John. Does a good job. Great crew. Has a new deckhand right now. His other guy left, and his other guy is Dave's in Texas now, from what I heard. Oh, Terry, thank you. That's a nice gift. Thank you for your super chat. And just so you guys know, we're not going to do a drawing to raffle. This is the prizes we're going to give away tonight for whoever does a super chat. So it doesn't matter what amount of money you put in the super chat. You put some money in the super chat, and you get into the raffle. And I put your name in a ticket. So right now, it's just Terry. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to try this technique instead of doing the raffle tickets. So Terry has a ticket. And if there's 3 of you, then 3 of you are in the raffle for that. We got some lures, a Lucas thing, stickers, a hat. So we have some prizes there. One of my friends, Steve, made that up for me. Yeah, the fishing was pretty good. On Sunday, we went to one spot, and at that one spot, we could have limited out on rockfish. There were so many rockfish there, and then we were just about limited out. I think we only needed like one fish a person to finish out the limits, the 10 rockfish. So then the skipper took us over tighter to the Fairlawns, and he has the area that he wanted to fish for lingcod. and we got quite a few lingcod at that one spot. So that was pretty cool. So we ended up with limits of rockfish for the whole boat. I mean, even the crew got limits of rockfish, and quite a few people. I don't know, maybe 6 people had their limit of lingcod, and a bunch of us had one lingcod each. So that was pretty good. Thank you, Terry. That's a really nice uh, super chat there. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so that's how we're gonna try the raffle this time. Whoever gets in the super chat, doesn't matter what amount you put in there, you get a raffle ticket. And like Terry says, hit the like button. Hey Oz, thank you. All right, so now Oz gets a ticket. So Oz was with us at Catalina recently, and on that trip, there was quite a few people who who are here on the live feed here, YouTube Live, and it's neat to meet you guys in person. And it was really surprising up north. We did the trip up north, up in Emeryville, and there was about 4 or 5 people, at least 5 people, that were from here, from the YouTube Live. So it was nice to meet them. One of them came all the way from Oregon, 9 hour drive, 9 hour drive. So that was cool. And he gave me a gift too, which I'll probably share with you guys later. I took the gift to the office today, so it was pretty cool. All right, so Local Joe is also in the drawing. Local Joe. Local Joe 1. Okay. So thank you guys for that. There's Brian. So Brian was one of the people that was on the trip with us out of Emeryville, and he fished both days with us, Saturday and Sunday. And he gave me a very special gift, which was cool. And I guess I can mention it. He works for the company that makes the paper towels and the toilet paper for Costco. And I guess they're. Oh, Kevin, you're leaving already? All right. Um, so he was nice enough to give us, for the office, a whole case of toilet paper and paper towels. So thank you, Brian. Kevin, where are you going so early? Hope everything's okay. And I saw Kevin went from Burbank to Tommy's, and isn't there a closer Tommy's to you than the one in on Whittier Boulevard in Pico? So I don't know. Tracy, thank you. Tracy Sunshine. And I haven't heard anything more about the Shogun. I don't know if anybody else has heard anything. Okay, Christopher wants a link to the private charters. I'll give you the page that shows you the different trips that we offer and the rates. So here is that. Here is the link for the different types of trips that we offer and the rates. So there's that. And I have a private charter tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a half day trip. Family I've taken out before, and they're all excited to go again. So we're taking them out. So that'd be pretty cool. It's nice getting all this repeats. The actor guy, he's been really nice, and he's come out with us. Got 4 times already. Rocky Carroll from NCIS. He wanted to go out this weekend too, but I'm already booked. Saturday, I have the private charter going to Catalina, and Sunday, I'm on the Sea Star. And the Sea Star trip's going to be really different this year because of COVID. The Sea Star cannot take 20 people, and Joe's taking it very serious. Captain Joe, he's only taking 10 people, so 10 people total. And that means me and the cameraman too. So there's only going to be 8 passengers on the boat fishing, plus me and the cameraman. So it's going to be extremely light load. Extremely light load. Never had a light load that low. So so Jeff, is the Shogun running trips right now, or is the boat tied up? Is there Do they have the boat locked up for any sort of investigation, or do you know? So I'm sure they did a drug test on the whole crew, not just the people that were sick. Oz, whose boat are you asking about? How big is his boat? How big is the Old Glory? That's like 85, 90 feet, I think. It's pretty big. Yeah, it's 85. That's what Jeff says. Yeah, I've been on that boat before when it was by different people. Oh, Lee just got back from a day and a half trip on the Shogun. Oh, he was on the Shogun. Okay, well, that answers that question. Thanks, Lee. We didn't know if the Shogun was tied up at the dock for evidence or if it was running trips. So Lee just got off the boat from a day and a half trip. So he got in this morning, I would think, at 6 a.m. And the Shogun, and they got a 25 to 40 pound bluefin. Christopher wants to know what the biggest boats are. Um, that's a good one. Jeff would know. I'm not sure if it would be the Independence, if it would be the Red Rooster. It'd be pretty big. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of feet over, a couple of boats that are 100 feet or more. Hey, Jose. Thank you very much. Here, April. 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 April, you okay? There she comes. She gave me a scare last night. She was shaking a lot last night. Jumped in my bed around 3 in the morning, gave me a scare. How you doing today, April? You okay? Okay. Hi, Aaron. Brian, since you are captain. Oh, no, Brian, on the boat, I did not drive. I was in the wheelhouse with the captains, but I did not drive the boat on the way back. And the new hook fin, that would have been easy because we were inside the bay the whole time. But and when we were coming back in from the Fairlawns on the Seawolf, it would have been tougher to drive the boat because we had the following seas pushing us, and the boat was going sideways a little bit. So instead of going straight like this in, there was lots of times we were going like crabbing like sideways. So John had to really work on it to keep the boat safe and not make it too bumpy for his crew in the back filleting all the fish. So I guess I was right. Jeff says the biggest boat is the Red Rooster. It's 115 feet. I don't think the American Angler is as big as a Red Rooster. Who else is that big? How big is the XL? I would think the XL's over 100 feet. Oh, the XL's 124 feet. Okay. Independence is 115 feet. So I was wrong. The XL is bigger. And what's funny, when you see boats this size, um, these boats, like 124-foot XL, is bigger than some of those boats on Deadliest Catch. And they take those boats on 30 and 50-foot waves. So that's ridiculous. Kind of water those guys have to go in. That's pretty tough. So, Brian, how'd you like the trip up there up north? Have you ever been out of Emeryville, or was that your first time? So on the video I posted today, guys, for the Seawolf, to make it a little bit more interesting, other than my traditional just guys holding up fish at the end of the day, and what we caught. What I did was I put one of the lingcod I caught. I put the video, and I put the video there, and that way you could see the lingcod I caught with the bucktail, and I hooked two. That was the bigger one, that one there, and it worked good. Quite a few lingcod on the boat were caught on swim baits, so that was pretty cool. I was kind of using a swim bait because I had a bucktail with the single tail grub, but the one that I caught, that one in that video, I didn't use the grub. I just used the bucktail by itself. I was swimming it more, and it worked out good. Hello, Joe. Oz. Yep. Okay, Joe. How much do you pay for a boat slip in Long Beach? They charge you per foot. So, like a 30-foot boat, I think is around $400, maybe $425. They charge me more because I do it for a living. I use my boat for commercial fishing, taking people out for hire. So they charge more for that. But if you just have a boat there, it's less money. If you live on the boat, they do charge you more. They do charge you more. Hi, Warren. Marissa, what is the purpose? This is talk fishing. We started this during March when none of us could get on boats. You couldn't go fishing at the beach. The piers were all closed, and everybody was trying to find out where they could go fishing without getting in trouble. And people were getting tickets. San Diego closed down the harbor where you couldn't take a boat out. So that's why we kind of started this. Hopefully that helps you. Aaron, what did I bring back from my trip? I brought back a limit of rockfish and a couple lingcod um, and one halibut. But I had a really tough day the first day. I just couldn't catch a striper. Last year I had no problem catching my limit of stripers, and this year I didn't have as much luck. We didn't have as many stripers as we had last year, but and we had quite a few halibut. We had some nice halibut. Some people like Brian. I think Brian caught 3 or 4 halibut, and I think he got 4. Or did you get 5 halibut or 4 halibut, Brian? There was a couple of guys that had 5 halibut each, so they couldn't keep them all, so they gave them to their friends. But that was pretty good, and we did have a lot of stripers. Weren't that many short stripers that had to be released. Most of them were legal. Mm. So Brian says he loved it first time out of Emeryville. Certainly not the last. It's really convenient fishing out of Emeryville. I took my camera guy and I took James. James isn't here today. So James, Jimmy Garcia, he's in here all the time. Him and I went to Monbell High School together, and he comes on quite a few of my trips. And COVID this year, he hasn't gone on very many, but for I don't know, last 10 years, he's been going with me up out of Emeryville, and he went this year. And so him, me, and Kevin, my camera guy, went over to Fisherman's Wharf to go get some clam chowder and stuff for dinner. And I took the guys over to show them where you board the boat out of Fisherman's Wharf for San Francisco for the landings. And they'd never seen that before. And if you guys have ever been there, to get on the boat out of San Francisco, you have to go down a steep ladder. It's straight up and down. You have to hand your gear over to the deckhands and the other people down there, and then you go down this ladder backwards, straight down onto the boat. And during low tide, it's a long ladder. I mean, it could be, I don't know, 12 feet or more. It just depends. So they had never seen it, so we went over there, and the road's closed right in front of there. So I don't know exactly how the parking is over there. If they use that big parking lot in front of Fisherman's Wharf or what they did. But yeah, so I went and showed him that. So Jeff says he's been in 30 footers on the Red Rooster. I love Vallejo. Yeah, I've been in like 20, 25 footers um, at Guadalupe, coming back from Guadalupe, but I've never been on a 30-foot wave. Warren, how about surf fishing day in San Diego? I guess we could do something like that. I'll get together and go surf fishing down there. I barely get a chance to go surf fishing up here. Joe, Dan, did you sign up for the Christmas parade in Naples this year? No, I did not sign. I haven't been in the Christmas parade in Naples. I normally watch it from the back of my old boat, and my parents have it now. So we normally watch it there because it's the beginning of the small boat parade. All those boats that go through the canal. Last year there was no parade in the canal because of construction, and when I was there last, not too long ago, the whole canal still wasn't open. So I don't know if it's going to be open for this year's Christmas parade. I don't know if the boats are going to go outside of it or if they're going to be able to go inside. But I was just in the canal, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks ago, and it wasn't finished. It was still closed. So I don't know what's going on, if it's going to be done. Well, that's nice, Brian. So that he had a great time fishing next to me and with Jimmy. Tyler, did you catch anything at the Farallon Islands? Yeah, Tyler, over there at the Farallon Islands, it's basically just rockfish. It's basically different types of rockfish and lingcod. But what's really neat, there's an area there at the Fairline Islands that they call the aquarium, and it was the first place I've ever been rock fishing where you could chum anchovies and the rockfish would boil on the surface. Um, I've never seen rockfish boil on the surface until that time. And then 2 years ago, I saw it, or last year, I saw it again at San Miguel Island on the Coral Sea. We were back there on the Coral Sea, and the skipper took us to a spot where we could chum anchovies, and the rockfish came up to the surface. So that was pretty good. Let's see what else is there. Christopher would love to fish for a living. Well, you can be a deckhand. They're always looking for crew members. Ryan, hey Dan, this is off the subject, but I believe Gilbert Rangel. Yeah, I know Gilbert really well. Him and his wife. They're both good friends from high school. And I think the first time I went off roading outside Palm Springs, he used to have a little four by four truck Toyota. I went with him and his family. I think it was before he was even married. I think they were just dating back then. But yeah, and what's kind of funny too is about a month ago, um, I had a charter. We're fishing at Iser's Reef, and I see this boat drifting through the reef with his anchor not all the way in the bottom. Like the anchor line was down, but the anchor wasn't connected to the bottom because I'm watching this boat drift. So I was yelling at them to, drop more anchor line or get in the right spot and drop your anchor line because you don't want to get stuck at Iser's on the bad spot because you'll lose your anchor. And then when I was driving home, I got a text from his wife asking if I was on Iser's today, Iser's Reef, that her husband was out with the kids and grandkids, I think it was, out fishing that day. And they thought they saw me, that they thought I was the one talking to them. And it was me. It was me. So, yeah, so ran into an old high school friend out there. So Brian caught 4 halibut that day. I think the limit's what, 3? So you're able to keep 3. So that's good. Yeah, he outfished me, Jeff. I couldn't get bit by halibut. I had a hard time getting bit by anything that day. So, and everybody was really nice. It was fun to have everybody on the boat. I wish there was a way I could share pictures with you guys on here, but this thing doesn't allow me to do that. How big was the biggest halibut? Brian, why don't you answer that question? I'm going to say 15 pounds, maybe 12 pounds. It wasn't very big, but it was nice. I mean, there was a bunch of halibut. And, like I said, Brian got 4. There was a couple of those guys that had 4 or 5 halibut per person. and they were all around me. Everybody around me had close to limits or limits of halibut, so that was pretty good. Yeah, Lloyd, we're not talking about the debate. I watched it for way too long, about 15 minutes. So no comments about the debate, please. Let's talk fishing, and if you want to talk food, we can talk food. Um, Jeff, I didn't know you lived in San Francisco. I knew you worked on Sea Launch when it was up there in the Bay Area, but I didn't know that you lived in San Francisco. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Aaron, when you're up in the Bay Area and you're drifting in front of Alcatraz, or you're fishing in front of the stadium where San Francisco, where the Giants play, and all that kind of stuff. And the boats do a good job of working together. Some of those spots inside the bay are really small, so instead of one or two boats just anchoring over the spots and blocking everybody, they all kind of take turns. They all get close to each other, bow to bow, and drift down, and that way they can all fish. So it works out good. Okay. What other comments? Tyler, why not surf fish at Boca Chica? Yeah, Tyler. And I'll just throw this out there with you guys. I was approached by the Seal Beach Yacht Club to work with them to do a fundraiser for my youth foundation. So we're thinking about doing, once the COVID thing is over, a surf fishing derby um, where you could fish Boca Chica, Long Beach, Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, anywhere in there. And then you have to bring one fish only to weigh in at the Seal Beach Yacht Club, which is located right next to the West Marine store in Long Beach, where Schooner Later is. So you'd bring one fish in, and then we would pick the winners, first, second, third place, and then the entrance fee and all that would be a fundraiser for my youth foundation. And I think the yacht club would be donating the space and all that, so we could do that and maybe have a lunch there, so we could all get together and talk. But I'll keep you guys informed on that. I'm not sure what would be a good price of $25 or $40 or something, so everybody could afford to do it, and we could have it. You could fish anywhere, and then just have the weigh-in there at the yacht club, and then we could cook up some burgers, hot dogs, something upstairs there. But like I said, we have to wait for COVID to be over. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, Joe, I agree with you. We should do a surf fishing derby down San Diego. Maybe use some little barbecue or something. It'd be fun. Chris, I want to go bluefin. How do I know what boat to go out for bluefin? And where do I book a trip? Um, right now, the big bluefin, you probably need to go on a private charter, like a 4-pack or a 6-pack. Billy K, those kind of guys, for the big 300-pound tuna. And Jeff's been fishing them. His friend's been fishing them. One of the boats out of Newport, Thunderbird, I think it is, had one. What was it? 336, 340, something like that. Yesterday, just a monster fish. Um, so you could go there and do that. If you just want to go on an open party tuna trip, I have a couple of trips for October. I have two tuna trips for October, and I only have one spot left on each trip. So you can join me on those. And here's the link you can use. Um, my trips for October are almost all sold out. I have 4 trips for October. The Sea Star, the first one is sold out. And like I said, we're only taking 8 people. So Only 8 people on that one. So that one has room. So you can, here's a link there. You can go to this link on my website and see the trips we have left. So we have 2 tuna trips. We have a day and a half trip on the Legend in the middle of the month, and then the last weekend of the month, or last week of the month, we have a 2-day on the Tomahawk. And both those trips have one spot left, just one spot left. So I'm thinking after tonight, the boat trips will be sold out. So Chris, if you want to join me on a tuna trip, I will be on those 2 trips. Okay, so Chongo wants to know. I just want to ask what your favorite fish to catch is and your biggest fish you've ever caught. My favorite fish to catch all the time is calico bass. I do like catching white sea bass um, when they're biting and you get a pull on them and they taste delicious. But I really like catching calico bass. They're so aggressive, they're mean, they eat all kinds of different baits. You can catch them on surface baits, catch them on crankbaits, you can catch them on bucktails. They just eat everything. They work really good. And they love live bait too. And they don't mind eating like a legal sized bait fish will eat a big mackerel. They're so aggressive. So that's what I like. And then my largest fish is probably somewhere between 550 and 600. A blue marlin. I got down the East Cape. Um, have a couple in the 500-pound class. One might have been 600. I'm not quite sure. But that's probably my biggest fish. Cobra Jude, do you need a license to be a deckhand? You do not need a license to be a deckhand, but you do need to be able to pass a drug test. You can't, even though marijuana is legal, you can't use marijuana or you can't use any drugs, um, any prescription drugs, like if you need blood pressure medicine or diabetes medicine, whatever, cholesterol medicine, that's legal. That's fine. With the prescription is legal. But anything else, marijuana, any other drugs, if you have that in your system, you can't work. So you can't do that. But you do not need a license to be a deckhand. And after working as a deckhand for a few years and you get enough days on the water, then you can take your test to become a skipper. Pablo, um, what you recommend for fishing next week in San Diego overnight? 2-day for bluefin. Um, Jeff had emailed me earlier that there's a big hurricane off Cabo that's starting to push up. I think as that hurricane gets closer, you're going to see a lot more yellowfin tuna and dorado and probably some yellowtail. So that's what I think is going to be happening next couple of weeks. So next week or two, look for a lot more yellowfin tuna, not so much bluefin. I think the bluefin will go out to Cortez and Tanner, where they've kind of been. The big bluefin have been off San Clemente Island, Desperation, and those areas. But I think fishing is going to get a lot better here in the next couple of weeks. So with the hurricane pushing through, and this is traditional. October is the month where we see big eye tuna, we see larger tuna come through, and I just think with the hurricanes coming through, we're going to see more and more tuna. So if you guys want to join me, I have one spot on my 2-day trip and one spot on my day and a half trip, and you guys can join me. Okay, so Cobra Dude, Jeff also answered you there. All you need is a fishing license. Tango Diver. Yeah, those were all good boats he mentioned there. Nilo Ann, Pacific Queen, the Legend. the Excalibur, all really good boats. Tyler, what's your opinion on illegal Chinese fishing? Should we? Um, I don't think you have to really worry about that. The tuna fishing is more, it's by a treaty, um, and the U.S. Coast Guard enforces that. So I wouldn't really worry too much about seeing that. What bothers me is the commercial boats, and I'm sure some are Chinese boats, some are other boats that do the shark fishing for shark fin soup, where they just cut the fins off the shark and throw the whole shark in the water. That to me is really disgusting. But the tuna is pretty regulated as far as how many pounds they can catch and all that. So I think that would be fairly safe. Uh, what's the other question here? I gotta catch up. I missed some of them. Chongo, food and fishing got my priorities. Um, Richard, what's going on around Long Beach? I'm gonna find out tomorrow. Hopefully, we do pretty good. I haven't done a half day trip in a little while, and I have one tomorrow. Going to be out fishing locally out of Long Beach. It's a family that's been with me before, so I'm hoping we do really good. Brian, yeah, 15 pounds. He says about right. So Brian ended up second place in jackpot. What was nice about jackpot yesterday too, we had a big lingcod. I don't know, 20-pound lingcod. The guy caught for jackpot, and he was using a huge mackerel. He brought some frozen mackerel with him and put a trap rig on it. His dad, Steve, had got bit on one and just missed the hook, but bottom part of the bait off. And it was more like a hitchhiker because it didn't have a hook on it and got away. But the kid got one on a big mackerel, and his was the big fish of the day. And he gave the whole jackpot to the crew, which was really nice. And his dad, Steve, who fishes with me every year up there, is a former Boston Red Sox baseball player. He played other teams too, but that's pretty cool. Okay, what else? So was that Chanzi? Is going on the Gale Force this week. I know we have live bait fishing, but yeah, I would bring some bucktails if you want to try using them for the white sea bass. I mean, for the calico bass and the yellowtail. Put some squid on there, work out good. Um, Surface jigs work out good. You know, Taddy, Salis, even the Magic Metal Lights work out good. I'd bring those. We've been catching some yellowtail on those. If you want to catch sheephead, bring some shrimp. Shrimp works out pretty good. Yeah, Tracy, I agree with you. Fishing, food, no politics. Let's be politic free for a little while here. Okay, so Jeff says he left on Pine and Madison. Chris, hey Dan, I've tried to book 4 bluefin trips at San Diego. 4 trips never went out for bluefin. It's really hard to pick a trip just for bluefin because there aren't that many bluefin like the yellowfin right now, and there's going to be a lot more yellowfin. So if you only want a bluefin, you really have to pick like a 4-pack or 6-pack boat and just tell them that's all you want to fish for is bluefin and fly the kite and do all that. That's what Jeff does when he takes his clients out. Um, and he takes his clients on his boat. And I say his clients, I don't mean people paying to go fishing. He's taking out clients that hire him, and for his consulting business and stuff. So that's how he does that. So that's what I would suggest if you really want a bluefin. Tyler, what are the requirements and what? Because otherwise, oh, Tyler, we do the surf fishing tournament. It's only going to be barred surf perch. We might have two categories, one for barred surf perch and one for halibut. But I don't know. We might just do barred surf perch, but it's just going to be barred surf perch. Usually, when they do tournaments like that, they do both barred surf perch and halibut, and we'll be able to tell if it's a frozen fish from a couple of days ago or when they got caught that morning. But yeah, it won't be bat rays, it won't be sand sharks, it won't be anything like that. It will be like barred surf perch and halibut will probably be the only two categories. Hey guys, we got like 100 people in here, but only 40, 45 likes. So if you could hit those likes, I'd appreciate it. And if you want to support me with the super chat, that would be awesome. Right now we have 4 or 5 people in super chat, and out of those 5 people, one of them's going to win all this as our drawing prize for today. Okay. What else? Yeah, my friend Steve made the little display there. So we'll do that. And he got coronavirus, so I think he's over it now. He got it a few weeks ago. What else? Mr. Ortiz there has been watching our shows on YouTube. Thank you. So one of the questions is it frowned on to live aboard your boat? You have to, J90, you need to, when you get a slip to live on, it's not so much frowned on, but you have to pay a certain fee with the city. So they don't put, you can't just have a boat slip and decide you want to live on it. I think you can sleep on it 3 days a week, maybe 4 days a week, but you can't be there all the time. So you have to get a slip for liveaboards. It's totally different. So if you guys don't know what super chat is, because I just learned recently, down on the bottom, right next to where you would make your comments, you see the dollar sign there. So there you can put whatever amount you want, and then that goes to me, help me to get equipment. So like I need to improve my microphones and stuff like that. And thanks to the money that you guys gave me from the raffle, I bought this microphone so I can make this sound better for you guys. So, and I still need to get a good hotspot so I can do these from my boat. I've been trying to do them from my fishing room, as you guys know, but hasn't really worked out. I got to get something different. Yeah, Tyler, I don't know of any tournaments that allow sharks and bat rays and stuff. So even on the charter boats, you're not allowed to do that. Tony, what trip only has 8 people? The trip's Sunday on the Sea Star out of Oceanside with Captain Joe. Only 8 people on the boat. It's sold out, so don't worry about going on it. I've been getting emails all week from people asking about going on it. It's sold out. Jose, when will the Emeryville episode air? Probably in about 4 months. I had one of my editors over here today. He's working on an episode, and I got 2 other editors working on episodes. So we should be having a bunch of of new episodes for you guys to see here soon. Christopher, have I been on every boat? I don't think so. I've been on lots of boats, but I don't think I've been on every boat. I've probably been on most boats. I've been on boats that aren't around anymore, that's for sure. So, let me see. Hi, Wild Willie. Yeah, you guys, you cannot smoke pot on the boats. Um, it's you can't do it. It's against the law. I know you think you can, but you can. It's what's legal in California on land is not legal on land. It's not legal out at sea. Oh, Tracy likes the old episodes with the commercials in them. Jeff is fishing. That's what's neat about Jeff. Jeff will go fish 300-pound bluefin tuna, and he'll go fish the next day for or later when he's back home in Illinois. He'll fish just as hard to catch a 1 pound crappie, and a 1 pound crappie would be big. So that's pretty cool. Greg, do I prefer circle hooks or J hooks? I prefer J hooks, but on my private charters, I use a lot of circle hooks because I get a lot of first timers. If you have no idea when to set the hook, use a circle hook. Okay. What else? Robert, Chris, he went out and saw tuna pins. Yeah, there's a lot of tuna pins out there, but they're pretty close to shore most of the time, or they're dragging them back. What's your favorite Lucky Craft? I really don't use them. I use just about everything but a Lucky Craft. Okay. So while Willie wants to catch big lings, use sand dabs. Oh, that works good. I catch most of mine bucktails with a large single tail grub attached. And a lot of the ling cods that were caught on the trip we were just on out of Emeryville 2 days ago were on swim baits. Guys, some had bucktails with swim baits on them, some just had regular swim baits. Yeah. What's funny about the trip on the Sea Star this year, and it's this Sunday, is because there's only 8 people on the boat, and because the normal cook on the boat is in the high risk category because the guys had some illnesses. There will not be a cook on the boat on Sunday, so we have to bring our own food. Anything we want to drink, we have to bring it because there will not be any food on the boat. All right, so I'm glad you guys like the idea of a surf fishing tournament. So that's kind of the plan. Hey, Paul, thank you. So we got Paul here for a super chat, and he's in the drawing. We're going to do that soon because it's already 8 o'clock and I need to make a phone call. And what was that? Dean Herder? So we're going to pick a winner here in a couple minutes. Paul, are you fishing with me tomorrow? Yeah, Tyler. No updates right now on the Shogun that I know about. Okay. And Con, thank you, sir. And it's about raffle time. Yes. Asif. Okay. All right. So we have some tickets here. What else? Let me see what last messages I missed here. Robert Subway. All right. Yeah, Jeff is reminding you guys to hit the like button. We got 100 people here, but I don't have 100 likes. Tracy, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to do the raffle, and then whoever wins, you guys are going to need to email me. Let me give you my email address here, your shipping information, and your real name and all that. So here's my email address. Outdoor Adventures just got a ticket. Okay. So yeah, so you guys, whoever wins here, please email me so I know where to send this, so we can do that. Okay, so you guys like the idea of the surf fishing tournament? That's cool. Chris, I've been watching you for over 30 years. I'm 40. I was a kid. How long have you been doing? I've been on TV, Chris, for 34 years. 34 years. I don't know if we're going to make it to 35, hopefully, but we lost a bunch of sponsors because of COVID, so I have to jump on that real quick here and see if I can get some of those sponsors back, or we can get some new sponsors. So that will be the next challenge. And thanks to you guys coming on my trips, the charters, and so many people booking me for private charters, I've been able to survive the whole COVID experience, disaster. Carlos Ortiz, thank you very much, Carlos. Okay. Yeah, nobody knows what happened on the Shogun. Nobody knows if the crew members actually took the drug on purpose, like they're trying to get high, or if somebody left the fentanyl on the boat and they touched it. So nobody knows yet. So I'm not ready to blame the whole crew right now, but they're gonna find out. And if the crew was taking the drugs, then it's going to be pretty ugly. But, we trust them with our lives. I'm on those boats a lot, overnight trips this time of year. You have to be really careful. So here's my hat from Qatar. This is Al Royan TV network that I did my TV show over there in Qatar. So here's all the names. So Raspberry Roach. Have I fished on Pacifica? Yes. I fished on it when it was up here in LA, Long Beach area too. All right, guys, we're going to do the raffle right now. Even April's here to watch. Here, April, come watch. Don't scare me tonight. All right, here we go. Have I ever fished Florida Keys? Yes, I have. A couple of times. All right, April, you ready? All right, here's the winner. And the winner is Tracy Sunshine. Tracy Sunshine. So, Tracy, winner is Tracy Sunshine. All right, Tracy. So, send me an email with your name and I will send you off this stuff on Thursday. I'm back in the office. Tracy Sunshine. All right, congratulations. All right, guys. I got some stuff to take care of. I still got to make breakfast and lunch for tomorrow. I got to go to bed early. I have a charter tomorrow. So there you go, Tracy. You won. All this is yours. So I'll put it in a box and send it to you on Sunday. I'm sorry, on Thursday. And here's the ones that didn't get picked. But tomorrow I will be doing a private charter, so I won't be in the office. But I will be back here on Thursday. And then Saturday I have a private charter taking a family that's been with me before. We're gonna go to Caleen Island, and then Sunday I'll be on the Sea Star with Captain Joe. So if any of you are interested in private charters, here is a link to my website for my private charters. Remember, I have 2 different websites, guys. I have 3 websites. This one for the private charters, one for the TV show, and another one for the Youth Foundation. If you want to go on one of the tuna trips for October, like I said, I only have one spot left on each trip. One spot on the Legend, a day and a half trip, and one spot on the 2-day on the Tomahawk. So there's only one spot in each of those. There are a couple of spots, I think 3 or 4 spots left for the Coral Sea, fishing on Friday, October 9th. We leave Thursday, and then we'll be fishing on Friday. So if you want to catch some nice rockfish, big lingcod and all that, come join me on the Coral Sea. Victor, hey Dan, how much mono to put on Top Shot on Parade? I like to put 75 to 100 yards. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I do. I like having that shock absorber, and then half the length of your rod for the fluorocarbon. Fish Killer, FM. You guys, thank you for the really nice messages. Brian, thank you for joining us up in Emeryville. I really appreciate it. And thank you for that gift of all the toilet paper. That was nice. Lloyd, everybody in Las Vegas, hello. Uh, Paul, he's been on my private charters. Thank you, Paul, for that. Yeah, thank you all that donated your super chats. I really appreciate it. Jeff, if you can talk to those companies for me, and you could use some donations for my youth foundation. We can't do any fundraisers this year, so you could use whatever help you can give us. Jesse, you want to catch a lingcod? Get this one. B52 bucktail, 6 ounce, and get a double A single tail grub put on here. Swim it on the bottom, or add a swim bait to it, and the lingcod really like that vibration, and you'll do really good. All right, Paul. See you tomorrow on my boat, private charter, and I think that's everything. I got the links up there for my private charters, links for the trips, and thank you guys very much. And it was nice talking to you all. Thanks, Jeff. Have a safe flight when you come back, and talk to you guys all later. Again, thank you all for your super chat money. I really appreciate it. It helps me get stuff. So thank you guys again. Bye, everybody. Good night.